Hello, welcome back to part 3 of this chemistry of carbohydrates. Before we go to the third class, let us just try to recapitulate what was done in the previous part. Example of non-reducing disaccharide. Can you guess that? Yes, it is either D-sucrose or it is 3-hallose. Let's see what answer is given here. Sucrose. So this is a flashcard and our app has the facility for you to create your own flashcards. It also has the facility for you to highlight or underline when you're studying using the mind map. Let us just briefly have a look at the mind map and see how exactly the oligosaccharides is represented. So here it is. Class 2 oligosaccharides made up of 2 to 10 monosaccharide units. There are 10 subclasses. Disaccharide having 2 monosaccharide units, again divided into 2 subclasses. Reducing disaccharide, non-reducing. Reducing example, lactose, maltose. Non-reducing example, sucrose and 3-hallose. Trisaccharide on hydrolysis gives 3 monosaccharide units. Examples, maltotriose and raffinose. All the other subclasses from tetrasaccharide to decasaccharide are all grouped under 1. Okay, having said that, let's move to the last class, that is polysaccharides. By definition, polysaccharides on hydrolysis give rise to more than 10 number of monosaccharide units. Polysaccharides are again subclassified into 2 based on the type of monosaccharides they give on hydrolysis. If on hydrolysis they give only one type of monosaccharide unit, they are called as homopolysaccharides. Example for homopolysaccharide: starch, glycogen, cellulose, dextrins, dextrans, chitin, inulin, all these come under homopolysaccharides. Heteropolysaccharides, on the other hand, on hydrolysis, give rise to either monosaccharides or their derivatives. So they have different types of monosaccharides in heteropolysaccharides. Examples: hyaluronic acid, chondroitin sulfate, dermatan sulfate, heparin, heparan sulfate, keratin sulfate, and you have agar, agarose, pectin. All these come under heteropolysaccharides. Now let's see homopolysaccharides first. As the name indicates, on hydrolysis, it gives rise to only one type of monosaccharide units. So, if they are made up of only glucose units, they are called as polyglucans. Starch, glycogen, dextrin, dextran, all these are said to be polyglucans. Cellulose, these are polyglucans. On hydrolysis, they give rise to only glucose units. So they are polyglucans. Chitin, on the other hand, is made up of a derivative of glucose, N-acetyl glucosamine, but still it is a polymer of monosaccharide, derivative of monosaccharide. So it comes under homopolysaccharide. It gives only one type of derivative of monosaccharide on hydrolysis. Inulin is made up of only fructose and is said to be polyfructan. Now let's see, these are all the various derivatives of monosaccharides. You have amino sugars. One of the OH group is replaced by amino sugar. You have N-acetylated amino sugars. The amino group carries an acetyl group. You have uronic acids, where C6 is oxidized to carboxyl group. You have 2 types of uronic acid: glucuronic acid, uronic acid, galacturonic acid. This is ribose and this is deoxyribose, where one of the OH groups does not have an oxygen. Another deoxy sugar is L-fucose, which is deoxygalactose. And then you have this 9-carbon sugar called as sialic acid, or N-acetyl uramic acid, which is found in the glycolipids. So, all these are the various derivatives of monosaccharide units. Now, let us see the homopolysaccharides. As you can see here, this is the structure of a polyglucan, a single chain of glucose units linked by alpha 1,4 glycosidic bonds. So this is the structure of amylose. Amylose is a component of starch. Starch has two components. One is amylose, which is single chain, linear chain of glucose units linked by alpha 1,4 glycosidic bonds. And this is the structure of the second component, amylopectin, which is a branch structure having alpha 1,4 glycosidic bonds in straight chain part and alpha 1,6 glycosidic bond at the branch points. So these are the components of starch. Glycogen has a structure similar to that of starch, but it is much more branched, highly branched structure. Starch is the storage polysaccharide of plants, and glycogen is the storage polysaccharide in animals. Lower molecular weight compounds having structure similar to that of amylopectin are called as dextrins. Cellulose is also a linear structure. It's a polyglucan, but the bond is beta 1,4 glycosidic bond. Cellulose cannot be digested by animals, by human beings, because we lack the enzyme cellulase, whereas the ruminants can utilize cellulose because they have the enzyme cellulase. However, cellulose forms dietary fiber for the human beings, which is very much essential. Dietary fiber prevents constipation, decreases the absorption of glucose and cholesterol from the intestine. Therefore, cellulose, although it is not digested by the human system, is required in the diet for good gastric motility. It stimulates peristalsis. This is the structure of chitin, which is a polymer of N-acetyl D-glucosamine. Chitin forms the exoskeleton of insects and is also found in fungi. Next, we'll see polyfructan, which is made up of fructose units, all linked with one another to form linear structures, and it forms what is called as inulin. Inulin was used for assessing kidney function, the glomerular filtration rate. Why? Because inulin can neither be reabsorbed nor be secreted as the filtrate goes through the tubule, kidney tubule. Therefore, inulin was used to assess GFR, and the test was called inulin clearance test. But we no longer use inulin clearance test because we use an endogenous substance called creatinine to assess glomerular filtration rate. Then comes the other polyglucans. Then comes the other polyglucans like dextrins. Dextrins are hydrolysis products of starch, lower molecular weight, highly branched polyglucans. And then comes dextran. Dextran are high molecular weight polyglucans. They are used in the treatment of hypovolemic shock because they are volume expanders. They are also used as lubricants in eye drops. Then comes the cellulose, which I've already described to you. So all these are the polyglucans. Chitin is a poly N-acetylated glucosamine, and inulin is a polyfructan. So with this, we come to the end of part 3, that is homopolysaccharide. In part 4, we are going to discuss about heteropolysaccharides. See you in part 4.